Ladies and gentlemen, as we all know that every Sunday Rigathi Gachagua goes to church. And this time around last Sunday, it was the turn for Nyandarua County to receive Rigathi Gachagua. And while in the church, Rigathi Gachagua made his speeches and he addressed every issue that he felt like he needed to address.
Moderator niseme kidogo tu. Sisi tumeshikana kama United Opposition na tumekubaliana tutatoa candidate moja wa kungangana na William Ruto. Si ndio? Si ndio? Candidate mo na pale kwa secretariat juzi tumeamua ya kwamba tumeweka Dr. Mukisa Kitui hapo atusaidie.
Now, as usual, after the church service, Rigathi Gachagua addresses the crowds that are always gathering outside that church or maybe along his way heading home.
Ate munasemaje? Harambe! Wewe Ruto! Wewe Kasongo! Wewe Zakayo! Wewe Kaongo! Wewe mwizi! Wewe muuaji! Wewe mtu ya kutenga! Harambe! Harambe! Miharate hoye! Miharate hoye!
And in Nyandarua County, at Kipipiri constituency, of course, Rigathi Gachagua was there to address the people, accompanied by the Kipipiri member of parliament. Her name, if I get it right, it is Wanjiko. Now, something happened in this kind of a meeting, this kind of a rally, that caught my attention.
Chimiwa Wanjiko, go here.
Kipipiri oye! Kipipiri oye! Kipipiri oye! Kipipiri oye! Kipipiri oye! Kasongo wapi? Kasongo watam! Kasongo watam! Kiongozi wetu ni nani? Kiongozi wetu ni nani? Kiongozi wetu ni nani? Nemukenete! Nekurehegeni! Kepeperi!
Aya, harambe!
And then I sat back and asked myself, why did this happen? I straight away felt like probably it's because of track record. Because one of the reasons as to why you can be heckled in Mount Kenya right now as you speak, it is because of your association with President William Ruto or poor performance. And most likely, because this lady was with Rigathi Gachagua, then there's a likelihood that it is poor performance. From this incident, I got to borrow or maybe develop a number of observations that I need to share with you here on this particular channel. But before I take you through, if this is the first time you're watching my videos at Mukwa Times, kindly take a second or two to subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. Ladies and gentlemen, my number is always here. For those who want to engage me, call me, talk to me, and enlighten me further on the issues to do with politics and your local area. Also, apart from that, it's also the number you can use to support the channel. Let me dive into this particular video without much wasting of time. I borrowed a number of lessons from this kind of an event. Number one, it is that Rigathi Gachagua should not settle on any candidate as a DCP candidate for any position right now. I mean this, ladies and gentlemen. Rigathi Gachagua must avoid the issue of selecting specific people to be the flag bearers of the DCP party in various positions in this country. At this point, he should embrace all leaders. And at this point, he should ensure that he does not align himself to a certain leader more than the others. Why am I saying this? If there's a scenario where he needs to align himself to a leader, then let this leader be among the best performing leaders in that particular region. If he does choose some leaders right now, towards the end, better people will come on board and people might prefer them. And what will be the repercussion here? Rigathi Gachagua might lose some seats in particular areas in Mount Kenya region. So he needs at this point to act liberal, allow people to come in, so that at least he can gauge where the ground is heading to. And towards 2027, towards the end, or maybe towards the elections, he can be able to settle on specific leaders. And that takes me to the second point. he should plan with the DCP party at large to organize nominations at the local areas. Nominations are very important. People from various parts come on board, register their interest to become candidates on various positions using the DCP party, and then they're subjected to a nomination. The good thing with the nomination is that the people get the chance to select whom they want in particular positions. So if someone has been performing poorly, the people can kick him out and consider someone else. In Mount Kenya, if you have what you call kiburi, you're also kicked out. So the people of Mount Kenya can be able to sieve and select the leader they want to carry the ticket of DCP. So that will enable Rigathi Gachagua not to find himself in a conflict of any kind, in that it does not favor a leader who the people have rejected and eventually lose the seat at the ballot. Winning every seat in Mount Kenya is very important for Rigathi Gachagua, because in a scenario where he wants to become the president of this country, or they have lost the presidency as the opposition, what will give him a voice and a life after the elections? It is the number of members of parliament that will be controlling at the National Assembly as the DCP party. That is very important. And it does not just go through it does not just apply to the members of parliament alone. This goes all the way to the senatorial seat, MCA seats, and of course the gubernatorial seats. That will be very important. Personally, if I had the opportunity actually to decide even about the election when it comes to the flag bearer of opposition, a nomination could have been the best way to select who is best fit to carry that flag. But ladies and gentlemen, this is specifically for Rigathi Gachagua and the DCP party. They should consider nominations seriously. Another thing that I was able to borrow from this kind of incident is this. There is a possibility that there are people who might not be interested to join the DCP party, but they are very good candidates. People might even be having differences with them. In a scenario where they don't want to join the DCP party, let him not go against them as much. Let him try and engage some of these parties. Just like he has decided to drop the DCP candidate in Mbeere North, let him also consider popular leaders from various seats, from various parties, whom actually are from the opposition side, to front their candidates and let them drop the DCP candidates. I'm saying this because I'm very sure, despite that Rigathi Gachagua wants the best for the people of Mount Kenya and Kenya at large, at some point he might not be right on the people he's going to support at the ballot. Why am I saying this? The same way it happened back in 2022, where Rigathi Gachagua right now is apologizing for the people of Mount Kenya and Kenya at large for supporting President William Ruto.
Nimekuja kuomba msamaha. Mumenisamehe. Nimwadekera.
That scenario is likely to happen again if they are not careful in 2027 as far as the MP seat, MCA, senatorial, women rep, and of course the gubernatorial seats are concerned. So therefore, it is important for Rigathi Gachagua to consider allowing other parties with better candidates to come on board. And this actually even goes to the entire opposition team. Let them use what you call statistics. Get the best candidate that people want. And even if they're doing a nomination, they can at some point even plan a joint nominations with the opposition and see who is going to become the best candidate from particular regions. Because there's now Jubilee Party. We have the DP, Chama cha Kazi. Like we saw, Moses Kuria has already fronted a candidate in, of course, Mbeere North. Ladies and gentlemen, all these parties need to be given chance. There are some parties that are allied to President William Ruto. They can be, of course, filtered, kicked out, and let the parties that are in opposition, of course, to be given that chance to field candidates within the opposition or within the regions which are strongholds of the opposition team. Ladies and gentlemen, the reasons as to why these observations that I've just quoted are very important for Rigathi Gachagua is this. He's one guy, if he does not gain political strength after the elections of 2027, there's a likelihood that whoever will win, especially if it's William Ruto, they might finish him. And his political relevance might go down. Rigathi Gachagua, to be the leader in Mount Kenya region, he must bank almost all the seats in the Mount Kenya region. And if he gets all these seats, let me say even if it's 80% or 70%, ladies and gentlemen, he will be the leader of Mount Kenya, not just between now and 2027, but also beyond 2027. And he will attract more people even in 2032 because Rigathi Gachagua is here to stay. His kind of politics is not a type of politics that can just end abruptly. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is my take on what happened to Rigathi Gachagua, of course, in Nyandarua County. See you next time for more videos. May God bless you for watching and supporting this channel. See you next time. Thank you so much.